So like, okay, so we're gonna go over this, right? Because I'm curious. I want to see the perspective of somebody who actually passed the audition. There were a lot of VTubers that were saying shit like, "Oh my god, yeah, I'm one of the people that joined the VShojo audition, but I don't think I saw any of them pass." Or like they didn't say they passed, they just applied and how they dodged the bullet. But what about somebody who actually got an offer? Let's look at this. With a bad rep is much liability for Brave? Yeah, Master Churro. After 4 years of blood, sweat, and slime, I really believed I'd made it. That all the late nights, overtime, sacrifice meant something more. I was excited to take a huge leap with the community I built as me. The weird little slime girl you know and hopefully love. But after learning what happened with Mousie's charity funds, I couldn't in good conscience forward with my contract, and it all came crashing down. That was the final straw. We were promised support, stability, and financial compensation. I was so excited to join a company I believed in and that believed in me, but it became clear that many of those promises wouldn't be kept. You know what this tells me, chat? You know what this tells me? This girl wasn't even given... Bro didn't even... Bro's not like... It seems like she's not like revealing, or not really revealing, giving any perspectives as someone who has like interacted with the talent, with the managers and the staff and had something built for her at all. Because 1 year later, they didn't do shit. After the one, it's been 1 year since they released that audition form and nothing has been done. Phoebe? Yeah, we're gonna look at Phoebe's. Yeah. What hurts most though is losing the chance to debut alongside some of the most incredible, talented, hardworking girls I've ever met. I know some of you have sensed something has been off these past few months. I've been doing my best to smile through this storm, but the truth is, it's been raining on me for a long time. Excuse me, oh my god. Whoa, Raura is here. Whoa. What does Phoebe say? We're gonna go into the fucking reactions now. First,
hi everyone.
Hi Phoebe.
Haven't done this kind of thing before, so please bear with me. Hi, I'm Phoebe, and I was one of the undebuted VShojo talents who passed the audition last year.
Oh, let's go.
I would have already debuted with them by now, actually, if all had gone as originally planned.
Okay.
I was looking forward to everything I was planning to do with the community, other talents, the VShojo team. Though, maybe looking forward to it is an understatement, because for the entirety of 2025,
I thought
it was my everything.
Oh. Ami Amami? Hold on, what? Ami Amami almost joined VShojo? Is she using this? Did she say anything about this, or? Is it her PL? Did she say something in her PL? Dude, keep watching the video. Yeah, sorry. Whoa, wait. Chat, I can't believe I learned that from you guys. Ami Amami is Phoebe? I just fucking I didn't know that. I knew Phoebe. I also knew Ami. I never connected the dots. I didn't think about it. Oh my god, I am so sorry. We can't be brain dead. Yeah, true. Okay, I just knew today actually. Yeah, I am so sorry, chat.
Some of you guys in my community might have noticed, but I've been busy all year. Not just with going and traveling for performances.
I am
not
out of the loop.
with all the
I am washed.
other like front-facing stream stuff that I've been doing. But behind the scenes, the things I couldn't share with you guys is that I've been dedicating so much of my time and energy to debut prep.
Okay.
This whole year, actually.
Oh.
A lot of passion went into it. Not just from myself, but also from wonderful, wonderful staff members.
Okay.
Panini, I love you. I was so excited.
Panini. Oh, okay, Panini. The staff.
To join a company with lots of talents that I admire. and a company who was supposedly truly talent first.
Talent first to get
Company
scammed.
with an open mind. I was so excited to finally have support and belief in my vision
Thank you,
for
Quinta.
delivering the excitement of like
2.5
the idol
million.
culture that I love so much to a much broader audience, especially for the 2.5D Kaigai idol content I've been trying to shape since my VTuber debut in July 2020. And I was really excited. I think most of all, I was excited to find a new place to belong. And I mean, I'm gonna be real. This is the third agency I would have been part of.
It is.
And even aside from that, there are like other companies or
Thank you, Douglas.
projects or whatever pertaining to VTubing that just, unfortunately, every single one of them has met a really sad end. The most recently last year in the spring, Prism project that I was part of as the VTuber Ami Amami
Haha.
shut
Never knew
down.
that.
Not even a year. Like I didn't even reach my VTuber's birthday or my 1-year anniversary.
Thank you for that.
It all happened right before. So, yeah, this would have been the third agency I would have been a part of. And I was honestly hoping it was going to be the last one. I was really, really hoping I wouldn't have to keep searching for a home.
We knew what happened to Prison Project, bros.
I mean, honestly, there were a lot of moments where things didn't really feel quite...
If Phoebe wants an idol, is like, you know, a fan of idol culture, wants to be an idol, then I feel like the obvious choice is Hololive. But maybe Hololive didn't take her. Or she, you know, she didn't like audition for it, or yeah, you know what I mean.
right. Or I'd feel overlooked. Like, compared to some of the other pre-debut processes I went through at other companies, it was way more like chaotic and you know, sometimes I felt really alone.
VShojo having a more chaotic and like, you know, very uncoordinated and weird audition process compared to Microcorpo is an insane statement to me.
In it
Crazy.
all. But we did our best. I did my best. Other talents did their best. Panini definitely did her best.
Aww.
And as the situation became less clear, as things kept getting like super delayed or forgotten about even, as big promises were made and then dropped, when we were left in the dark about a lot of what was happening, only to be jump scared suddenly by bad news, and then more bad news would come, and then more bad news would come. It just kept getting worse and worse. On top of that, I was required to put my second VTuber channel, Ami Amami, on hiatus in preparation for debuting soon. I was supposed to debut soon after, but then I learned I'd have to wait a few more months. And then a few more months again. It just kept getting pushed back. Naturally,
That happens a lot. I've seen a lot of agencies where this happened, even the ones that like we truly well know and know.
a big strain on my finances.
Oh,
Not having, you know,
income.
or not having Ami's channel to post to as well. I mean, I guess I could have, but it felt really inconsiderate towards my fans' feelings to just suddenly be like, oh, surprise, sorry, I am getting off of indefinite hiatus.
This is Phoebe or Ami Amami from Prison Project who got into VShojo's like who actually passed the audition.
And then I'm gonna be back on indefinite hiatus soon. I don't know. I just didn't want to play with people's feelings. But yeah, it was a big strain on my finances, and that compounded even further.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah. Face does push back debuts too. Like, was it 2 years or something? Like, it happens a lot, and it could be for really a lot of reasons. Some of them valid, some of them not, but usually when an agency wants to push debuts and they tell you why, normally it's a good reason, but with VShojo, probably not.
Further, when I found out that I'd have to self-fund my 5-year anniversary album that VShojo had promised to cover for me originally, but because the debut was not going to be before my 5-year anniversary anymore, suddenly it was like a personal project, but we had already contacted all these people to work on the album. Mixers, editors, etc. An artist. And I didn't want to they had set aside that time for me in their busy commission schedule. I didn't want to...
Scummy deal? I don't think so. Okay, so when you as a VTuber, if you are already an established or semi-established indie and an agency puts you in the basement, as long as the agency is still allowing you to stream and keep 100% of your revenue while they're busy preparing for your debut or announcement to your debut, whether that be like an adoption or whether you're being reincarnated into a new name, that's not necessarily a scummy deal. I think that's valid. I think that's okay. It happens.
No, just suddenly cancel that on them. And despite all of these things, I kept believing in my dreams. And I held on to all these promises thinking, oh, it's okay. Things are going to get better if I just work hard and push through. And then I'm going to have this big shining moment where I can join everybody else out there too. All these VTubers in VShojo that I look up to a lot. And sadly, that moment isn't coming anymore. At least not here. Not at a company that kept so many secrets. To the point where even internally, nobody knew or even really knows exactly what's going on.
Okay.
And definitely not at a company that hypocritically claims to be talent first as they withhold charity funds and talent income. And even now, despite the fact that I was supposed to be on the cusp of my debut, I have learned that due to poor communication, due to delayed payments from VShojo's side, very, very few of my assets...
They're not being paid for. Holy shit.
That have been prepared were fully completed, or are fully completed by this point. Aside from a logo...
None of them are being worked?
For a lore video, I don't have stream overlays.
Oh.
No BGM. And most importantly, no art or rigging for my new model.
Yeah, that's what I expected. Yep. Even based off of what I forgot her name, P said, that's what I got as well. 1 year later, they had nothing. They had nothing to show for it. Nothing. Holy crap, not even a concept though? Yeah. No art or rigging, literally nothing. They had nothing for almost a year, 1 year.
For my new model. And none of this is to blame the artists or people that we are commissioning for. It's all due to huge delays in communication because of just finances being so uncertain. And with all this stuff for debut so incomplete, I can't debut my new look. Even though...
It's been a year, dude. It was promised and it's been a year.
We worked so hard, despite the troubles along the way. And as messed up as it is to think about, everything I passed up on for VShojo's sake this past year... Yeah, I've had to pass up on some really cool opportunities. Because I was just well, I need to... if I have to choose, I have this big thing with VShojo in the works. So even if I have to pass up on these things now, I can get back to all of it after debut. But yeah, all of that resulted in nothing but loose ends. All that
Jesus
said, though,
Christ.
I really didn't want this to focus so much on negative stuff. I really don't want it to. There's been enough of that out there, especially on Twitter the past couple of days, and just in general.
Full-blown
in the
doom
world.
posting, yes.
So what I do want to say is thank you to all of the former, current, future talents for being so strong, so inspiring. We shouldn't have had to be that strong,
True.
but we were, and so I really wish everybody the best.
Future
Including
talents.
staff.
There isn't gonna be a future talent.
Thank you as well to the wonderful staff that I had the pleasure of meeting and working.
Yeah, so it seems like, look, from what I've seen, especially like with Panini, it seems like the bulk of the money and the general incompetence isn't necessarily about the staff members and the management of VShojo. It's actually just upper management. Like, maybe not upper management may be the wrong word for it, but like, you know, the bosses. Like the ones earning the money, like the gun run and fucking, you know, like the ones, whoever the fuck the gun run is working with. Oh, hi Lauren and TB. As ex-corpo, agencies will be a thing of the past. They just don't work and are really not needed. Just work in a group or form or just a manager. Keep doing your thing. Yeah, I agree. But like, I think in JP, where like getting all of that sorted out is still, because of the culture in JP, corpos will still work in there. But EN, yeah, I can see that be a dying thing, like a dying tradition, or a. But again, it really depends, right? Corpo, it's just that the corpo scene has really like directed a lot of the trajectory of the industry. And right now, no longer, it seems. Nobody, aside from Hololive, is like a megacorp now.
Working with, who were
Hi, Lauren.
legitimately
Yeah,
kind,
hi.
hardworking people. There are quite a few. So also just know that like there are lots of good people in the company. Not everybody was involved in whatever the hell is going on.
Chat, I don't think corpo VTubing is necessarily gonna die. Like, it's just, to be it just feels too ingrained. There are gonna be a lot of micro corpos and grassroots corpos that will absolutely replace the bigger ones as they come and fall. But, you know, they might not reach the same sort of, they're not gonna reach the same notoriety. I'm not gonna see a corpo VTuber reach 1 million subs anymore. In the West, at least. I'm not gonna see that anymore. Mythic? Chat, Mythic is not a corpo. It's a talent agency, similar to fucking, what's his name? To, like, United Talent or WME. Like, Mythic is not a VTuber agency. It's a talent agency. It's a different thing. Like, the business model is
and
different.
Also, thank you to my Phoebe Hive community.
Aww.
For being so patient and kind all of this time, even when you could tell I was feeling down and struggling.
Aww.
I had somebody come up to me at my show at Techo this past weekend and tell me, hey, I've felt like things
What
are...
Mythic does is that they give people signed to them sponsors and help with events, and that's it. They don't own your content, they don't own your IP. You can choose to depart from them if you want to. Things like that.
They're kind of
a mailing list.
You.
Yeah,
They
sort of
can
a mailing
tell that
list.
You're sad. It feels like some of the light was taken from you. And I just want you to know, like, whatever it is, you're gonna get through it. And you know what? He's right. He's right. We're gonna get through this. I kind of like just want you guys to know that, yeah, I'm exhausted, like spiritually, physically, mentally, everything. My heart and my mind and my body are so tired.
Aww.
And it hurts.
New
hurts to
new
keep
mind,
entrusting
true.
my dreams to different companies and different opportunities.
Mind vein.
hoping that like the hard work you put in every day is finally gonna like, I don't know, grow and blossom into something beautiful. Only for it to like
die.
Either be cancelled or fall short for one reason or another every time. But even if it's been every time up until now, I am very hopeful for what comes next. I always try to be. So, I'm not giving up. Not even now. I'm gonna I'm gonna find a new path. I will keep searching for a different way to reach my dreams.
Oh. Leah is here. Oh, Nana is... Okay, so all the big boys are here.
And I know that...
I think... Maybe don't join a corpo anymore. Hard to... Easier said than done, but, you know. I feel like the help that you need does not lie at corpos if it's not Hololive.
Everybody else, all the other talents, everybody that's been affected by this will too. So, please, please, please give all of your love and support to past, present, and would-be future VShojo talents, and the managers and staff who did their best without knowing like what was going on with everybody above us.
Are you gonna delete the VShojo video? No, I didn't. But hold on. I see Tori's video. We're gonna look at this too. I see Tori. I'm not gonna delete my VShojo video, but I will make a comment and say Lamau or something like that. Yeah. Aged like Gigi. True.
This has been my experience with VShojo.
Apparently, this is one of the girls that also passed, but got fucked.
This statement is meant to be a defense to share my story and what I've been through the past year, and hopefully as an opportunity to back up some of the other victims' experiences.
Okay.
My story is a small fraction of the hurt I'm positive others have endured, and I encourage you to send your love to them during this time.
I know Hololive should find a way to retain their talents once they get big. Really, chat? No, okay, not really, but like, you know, really, the only way and a good way for Hololive to still keep their talents even if they get big is to provide an incentive that their high numbers and high money isn't able to provide. That's really about it. Easier said than done for Hololive itself, but like, that's where it boils down to. That's where it boils down to.
I will also be donating all money this video makes to the Immune Deficiency Foundation.
Okay.
I hope you can listen to my experience. Thank you. In July of 2024, I submitted my application for VShojo for their public auditioning process. A little over a month went by until their tweet went live stating that all applicants were reached out to. My callback email will also be donating all money this video makes to auditioning. All money this video makes to auditioning.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay.
I submitted my application for VShojo for their public auditioning process. A little over a month went by until their tweet went live stating that all applicants were reached out to. My callback email was received earlier that same day. From there, I went through almost 6 months of back and forth audition rounds.
Okay.
Inside of the auditioning process...
6 months of audition? I've never heard of a fucking agency who undergoes 6 months back and forth for an audition. Usually, when it's after 6 months, you're either done or you're not in.
Most days, there was only one staff member present, who later became the only staff member I had contact with my entire time signed with VShojo. Eventually in December, I was booked for a final meeting where I would be congratulated for passing the audition process and invited to join VShojo officially. I was told to start thinking about what kind of VTuber character I wanted to create, and I was told the spending budget that I'd be assigned for the model and debut.
Dude, VLR did it in 1 month. Most VTuber agencies, yes, will have you confirmed to be part of the company or not in under 1 month to 2 months. That's it. Any longer than that, they're probably not telling you, but they're putting you in the basement, bro. They wanna like, you know, they're whatchamacallit? They want you in the basement, and they're not sure if they want you or not. If at that point, fucking leave.
From From here, my contact with VShojo moved to one-on-one Discord DMs. I received the talent contract, and a few weeks later, after consulting a lawyer, I signed the contract. I'm currently 7 months into that contract. At this time, I was asked not to stream under an indie account on the side. Initially...
Oh boy. That's blacker than most corpos. Do you guys realize that? That's blacker than most corpos. You're not allowed to... Once you sign the contract with VShojo, you're not allowed to be a content creator under a new name. That's blacker than most. Holy shit.
I was told that our onboarding process would begin a week after signing the contract.
That's worse than Niji, chat. That's actually worse than Niji. Yeah, like I said, if the talents in Niji are laughing at us right now for like thinking VShojo was gonna be the Jesus Christ of VTubing and save all their talents, then they have all the right in the world to laugh at us right now.
From there, production of assets would begin around March with an aimed debut timeline of summer. This
okay.
was communicated to me before ever signing the contract. Once I signed, I was told initial onboarding meetings would be pushed back.
Wait, that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. What?
On the side. Initially, I was told that our onboarding process would begin a week after signing the contract. From there, production of assets would begin around March with an aimed debut timeline of summer.
Okay.
This was communicated to me before ever signing the contract.
Okay.
Once I signed, I was told initial onboarding meetings would be pushed back by a week.
Okay.
During downtime, I began working with a character design artist out of my own pocket to bring my concept to life. I was beginning from scratch.
Okay.
I had no concept, no design, no assets, and no name.
I feel like that's kind of normal so far. Like, if the company isn't offering to design your new model, and because you are VShojo, you get to design your own model, then I feel like that makes sense. But if you have to pay the character designer to do it, and not necessarily VShojo, then that's something between you and VShojo have to discuss. But if you're doing it because VShojo told you to do it, then that's an entirely separate story. Was she accepted? I mean, she signed the contract already at this point, so I assume she's yeah.
Pressure on myself to solidify branding so as not to delay the projected debut window and inconvenience anyone.
Okay.
Skip to the last day of February, after over a month of having the contract signed and still no onboarding meetings or official communication.
Oh, okay.
I was told due to
That's
staff allocation, and staff allocation only, that the debut would now be pushed to a timeline of November 2025 to January 2026 instead of summer 2025. July would now be when we began onboarding meetings. I said I had no problem
Okay, so 2 years basement.
with delays, as long as I got to debut eventually.
Okay.
That kind of became my mantra.
Okay.
I then requested to start...
Chat, that makes... chat, look, you have to point yourself... for a lot of people, like telling them that they shouldn't have done this, that it's stupid. You have to put yourself in the talent's shoes, right? When you're joining an agency like VShojo, literally an immediate guaranteed success, or have a baseline of a guaranteed success, then I feel like a lot of people are willing to tank the initial, they're willing to tank the initial stress and sludge through it as long as they see or are guaranteed to make it. Like, it happens. Like, I feel like if I was a VTuber and I'm joining Hololive and Hololive says that, like, I have to wait for a year to debut, I would wait for a fucking debut. I would wait. I would do that. Like, yeah. Oh, Lauren, I'm so sorry that happened for you. But yeah, no, that's fucked up. That's
indie
weird.
streaming account on the side, so I wasn't out of streaming for what would have been a year. I was told that this was okay, which is where I announced I would be my current indie, Tori Orian, for an extended, undisclosed amount of time.
Okay.
Please keep in mind, Tori Orian and subsequent accounts were not to be brought to VShojo. I would be starting fresh upon joining as per their request. So with my official debut date not set in stone, I did very little to promote myself as Tori, and even heavily communicated to my viewers that I would be graduating sometime that year.
Okay.
This greatly stunted my growth, and I missed out on a lot of opportunities. But I thought that was okay, since I was signed with VShojo.
Yep, it's VShojo, dude.
On March 4th, I started to worry about my future. I had now been signed with VShojo for 3 months. I had no contact with any staff apart from the one. I was part of no official servers, given no updates about the company or those joining/departing from the company, and I had no contact with existing talent. I sent my staff contact to this DM. Hello. Hope the staff team has been doing well. I know we discussed waiting until July for production, but I just wanted to reconfirm that my joining of VShojo is still happening. To be honest, I'm a little bit nervous given the delays and multiple months of downtime without communication, especially given I am halting most content creation related work in preparation for VShojo. I don't mind the delays or waiting whatsoever, just a definitively confident reconfirmation would help ease my anxiousness.
Haha.
I hope we can open a more consistent line of communication in regards to updates if possible.
Sounds professional. I
In
like
short,
you.
I was told that the same debut timeline was being aimed for and that I didn't need to worry. However, I received another delay saying that onboarding and production would not begin until August instead of July now.
Okay.
After being told time and time again that I didn't need to worry, that I would
Dude,
get
they're
to
pushing all of this because they don't have the money for anything. Holy
debut and that
crap.
I would receive a budget, I decided to shift my efforts into building what would become my brand under VShojo, keeping staff in the loop along every step.
Yeah, never say you don't mind the wait. Yeah, I would think so. Because I would actually like. It sounds scummy, but this is absolutely what I would do. If I was a VTuber joining an agency and they tell me to wait a long time, or like let's say I said I would wait for 3 months, and then 3 months doesn't happen. I wait for 3 months and nothing happens or something like that, right? What I would personally do, even if I didn't know that any of this was happening in VShojo, is that I would actually flat out lie and say, hey, a company is actually offering to hire me. I'm not sure if I'm gonna join your agency, but I see a lot of promise. I just need a confirmation and want something to happen before I say yes to either of you. I would just straight up lie. Like, I would actually lie. Like, holy crap, I would fucking do that. Because if agencies are scummy enough to like delay your shit because for whatever reason, and not even, and like what happened to Tori, delay it for fucking 2 to 3 times, then I would just flat out lie to them. Like, I would do that.
Step of the way. I finalized my character design. Staff told me they had no issues or input for my design I sent over.
Okay.
I reached out to model artists and riggers. I found an artist who agreed to work with me. I asked staff if there were any issues with working with this artist, and I was told no. So production began on the model art in June.
Okay. Huh.
It was then told to me that the allotted debut budget may need to be reevaluated. I sent, if the budget is timing related, I don't mind fronting the cost until it can be reimbursed down the line. I was quoted $1,000. I can just provide receipts for the work to be compensated at a later date, if of course that's easier. I was never given an answer for
Never do that. Never do that.
this. Once again, I reconfirmed if the debut would be happening. At this point,
But like I said, I say that as if I fucking have a crystal ball, right? But again, because this is VShojo, of course, Tori or like literally anyone would think that like a reimbursement is guaranteed.
I didn't mind paying fully out of pocket if it meant I was debuting. I considered it as investing in myself. Time and time again, I was reassured we would be debuting, so I genuinely had no issue with fronting these costs. I sent model updates, staff provided feedback, and I still had no reason to think things were going south. I attended the June 2025 off-kai in person, and here I learned a lot more than what the staff was communicating to me at this point.
Okay, what
I
did
kept
you
hearing
learn?
whispers of VShojo financial concerns. This concept was unheard of to me. I was told delays were only because of staff allocation. As of the past few weeks, for the first time, I was told there was a strong possibility I would not be debuting, despite the constant reassurance the past 7 months
Oh my god, dude.
due to these financial complications.
That's worse.
These complications had never even crossed my mind as a possibility, let alone the extent the company was going through to keep things afloat. I am disgusted at the course of actions that VShojo has chosen to take, and am choosing to retract my affiliation with the company. Although at this time, I'm not even sure I would have ever been reimbursed and have gotten to debut in the first place. I'm not only down 5 figures on debut-related fees, but I'm also down
Oh my
almost a year of
god.
time. I'm not only devastated because of the waste of time, but
5
because joining
figures?
VShojo was genuinely my dream. VShojo introduced me to VTubing 5 years ago. It made me think I could do it. It made me believe that even though I wasn't the cookie-cutter idol that I so desired to be, that I could feel a part of this industry. That entire 6-month audition process, I'd stay up all night praying that things would work out, that I'd be given a chance. In my mind, getting into VShojo was proving to myself that I could succeed. I wanted to feel a part of something, and then I made it into VShojo. I achieved my dream. And now, I never even got to do a singular onboarding meeting. I suppose that's why I'm releasing this statement. I just wanted someone to acknowledge what I've been through and see that I did make it in VShojo, even if I will never debut. In hindsight, it feels incredibly selfish of me to be putting this out when so many others have experienced so much more loss and hurt
No,
in the actions of
absolutely.
VShojo.
Don't
Once
say
again,
that.
I encourage you to spread as much love as you can to those that are affected. I wanted to quickly thank the people that have been with me through this process. The one staff member I have had contact with has been nothing but kind and supportive. To the rest of the innocent staff team, I wish nothing but the best for your futures as well. I know this situation doesn't just affect the talent, but also affects your jobs and livelihoods. I hope for a speedy transition for you all. I've also never had the pleasure to speak with VShojo talent in an official capacity, but I'm sorry for the heartache I'm sure you've been through and wish for all your continued successes. You all made up a big part of why I wanted to be a part of VShojo. Your talent, creativity, and passion speaks to me, and even if we'll never get to be company mates, I'll still be watching as a fan. Thank you to my incredible model designer and model mama for bringing my vision to life in such an amazing way. I hope even without VShojo backing me, I can bring your design to life in a way that makes you proud. Thank you to my friends for listening to my frequent sad girl crash outs, even though I couldn't really tell you what the hell was happening. And thank you to my community of viewers. Tori Orian has a small community by intention. I felt guilty I would be leaving, so any chance I got, I always did my best to make it abundantly clear not to get invested in Tori. Now you are all I have. I humbly ask for your forgiveness for my inconsistencies, unprofessionalism, and for constantly changing graduation dates, just to now be fully retracting them. To be honest,
You're
I thought a
fine.
lot about what would happen if my VShojo debut were to be cancelled.
You're
In the earlier
fine.
days of my contract, I would have joked that I'd just give up at that point, to take a hint that clearly this wasn't working out. I've been a content creator for almost 13 years at this point. It has been my passion. I thought after 13 years of this cycle, I finally found a home in VShojo. Now I'm sad, terrified, and embarrassed for the future. I love this space and genuinely cannot picture myself doing anything else. So now being down thousands of dollars on a small part of an unfinished brand, I feel myself at a crossroads.
Jesus
I
Christ,
think my
dude.
stubbornness for the past year that I've been through is pushing me to try again independently. So I'm planning on continuing my indie activities with what would have been my VShojo persona.
I'm sorry. I need a moment. Holy fuck, dude. Holy fuck. I don't know what to say, my guy. That's actually almost, my god. That's actually, I can't believe I'm saying this. That's actually worse than Niji. I'm sorry to say, that's worse than Niji. At least Niji, yeah, you get fucking scammed because, you know, they're making you pay for your assets. But at least you actually debut. You know, you actually fucking debut in Niji Sanji. The bar was already low. I didn't think it would get even lower. Christ. Niji told you upfront how much money you won't make. Well, that's different, right? That's different. Because this is VShojo, dude. VShojo, yeah, you can kind of get the benefit of the doubt compared to Niji. Because it's V fucking Shojo. It's the peak. It's the talent first agency. You know what I mean? You are not immune to propaganda, chat. You are not immune to propaganda. Master Chiro, thank you for the super chat. At this point, Niji is Jesus. Yeah. God damn, I smell someone will be in prison. I mean, if if Iron Mouse is gonna throw a lawsuit to, you know, the gun run or fucking whatever might be the case, then I can see that happening, yeah.